Porius, and welcome to Deb and Flo. I am hoping that this series of free jazz piano lessons will help you to enjoy your time at the piano, learning how to improvise without having to read music. Today we're going to start with what jazz musicians refer to as the modes. And what these are scales that we use for improvising in certain situations, particularly situations where we're going to spend a long time on one chord. So we're going to start with the C major scale. The C major scale are all the white notes from C to C. We call that C major scale. What we can do is, if we look at that scale and we lower the third note a half step and we lower the seventh note a half step, we call that C Dorian mode, or C Dorian scale. Really, it means the same thing. So we can learn to have fun with that by just making up a little left hand figure and fooling around in the right hand making little melodies. For example, something like this. I'm only using 7 notes and I'm avoiding the other 5 notes. There's only 12 notes total in our musical system. So I can also make up a left hand that's much less complex than that. I could, for example, just play what we call a fifth in the left hand, a C and a G, and I can just play that every 4 beats and hold it there, and then fool around with my C Dorian scale. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I often call this Scottish Highlands music. I just hold that thing down for 4 beats, and I fool around. So it can be that simple, it can be a little more complicated. Whatever crazy music I want to play, I only use those 7 notes. C, D, E flat, which is the lowered third, F, G, A, B flat, and C, and that's called Dorian. Another really nice scale is Phrygian. That's where I take those same 7 notes of the C major scale. It's 8 if you include the first note and the last note twice. And now I lower the second note, the third note, and the 6th note and the 7th note. That's called Phrygian, which they spell with a PH. So I do the same thing. I make up some left hand. I can just use that fifth. And then the last one we're going to do today is the Lydian. We call Lydian, L-Y-D-I-A-N. And that's, I go back to that major scale, and now I take the 4th note and I raise it half a step. So this is a very major sound, a very bright sound, and I'll improvise with that. Note that F sharp. Teachers often teach that F sharp as part of that Maria West Side Story melody. Maria. You can throw your hands around and just make up chords using these modes. There's that C Lydian, for example, so I can make up some different shapes. Just whatever I think is pretty. I love the Lydian. music on that Dorian. Flat 3, flat 7. Or make some pretty colors with shape. Make some colors that sound pretty, just using those 7 notes. Once in a while put a nice fat C down there so it sounds like the Dorian that you're making. Or the Phrygian, that was the flat 2, flat 3, flat 6, flat 7. Fun. Just throw those hands around, try something, and enjoy those 3 modes that jazz musicians like. And in our next installment, I'll show you some more jazz modes. Thank